Boolin League Tournament 1v1. Who's excited? Who's excited? Put your hands in the air. I honestly, this is the first time I've ever done something like this, bro. So, if you enjoy it, we are going to do a lot more. But we have some great contestants here. Let me switch to my desk. We have some great contestants here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get into a little list of who we got, okay? We got Epiphany. We got Executive. We got Helio. We got Seb. We got Austin. We got Assassin David, Swift Cheetah, and X.Lion. Guys, this is going to be a great tournament. But as I said before in my video, if you watched, no one knows who they are playing, okay? No one knows who they are playing against. So with that being said, we are right now going to randomize our players and our matchups, okay? Let's do this. So our first spin on the wheel, we have Austin Man. So Austin Man goes at the top of the list over here. W Austin Man, W Austin Man. Yo, chat, give me your predictions for who you think is going to win. I have my predictions, but honestly, guys, it could go anywhere. Next up on the list. On the list, we have Swift Cheetah. So it is going to be Swift Cheetah versus Austin Man. Alrighty, next up. How we doing, Skelly? Not Tavin. You have no faith in Tavin. Next up, we have Helio. Chat, watch out for this guy. Watch out for this guy. Let me get some of that finals OST. Versus Seb! This is going to be an interesting first game. Wow. Helio versus Seb. First round. Chat, how are we feeling about Helio versus Seb first round? Oh, brother. I think either of them could win it, dude. Next up, next up, next up. Assassin David going in here on team 3. Okay. 3 left. 3 left. Versus Epiphany. Assassin David versus Epiphany. And of course, wait, did I fuck this up? No. And the last match will be Executive versus Lion. Is this RFI? No, this is not RFI. So chat, I think we just got to get into it. I think we just got to get into it. Our first match here, and I don't even have the finals open. But anyway, why am I seed 1? Hey, that's where you got picked. Austin Man versus Swift Cheetah, Helio versus Seb, Assassin David versus Epiphany, and Executive versus Executive apparently, but it's going to be Executive versus Lion. I got to get my finals OST going here. Anyways, we're going to get in. We are going to get this game set up. And guys, this is in final round as well. But we do have to spin for the map. So let's see what we get for our map. What map will we be 1v1ing on? Skyway Stadium. Okay. So this could be very interesting. We maybe want to see some poke on here. Should we do, let's do standard issue. Okay, and our first matchup, ladies and gentlemen, is being set up. Sorry, chat. How we feeling? Anything except Fangwei or Kyoto? So our first matchup here. Austin versus, who's Austin playing again, chat? Swift Cheetah. Oh, brother. This is a one-man operation here, guys, so perhaps we have more in the future, but our first match is going to be getting set up right now. How are we feeling? What are our predictions? Austin is dope or Swift Cheetah? Tevin has 20 minutes until his game updates. Hello? What? This is a very good match. Swift Cheetah, as you know, Swift Cheetah is a YouTuber. He's very smart at playing the game. Austin Man is from EU. And we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yo, Cheetah.
Let me!
Cheetah,
Hi,
you
Louis.
joining?
Wait, joining what? Oh,
It's in the tourney ping. You're up first against Austin.
okay, bet.
Roburn. Wait, is
Yeah,
Roburn competing?
No.
No.
All right, we're gonna get him in here, and we're gonna get this tournament going. Chat, who we feeling for this? Who are we feeling for this? Because chat, on one side of the bracket, we have the European Demon, the High Ping Warrior. We have Austin Man!
If you don't fuck with Evil Empire, well then, you're just a bitch-ass
Double
trick.
M gang, double D my bitch. I'm that Billy Moose saying, double C and Rick. Oh, that's that Channel 10 thing. That's that damn switch.
And on the other side of the bracket, we have YouTuber. We have the Mr. Beast of the finals, the ultimate tactician, Swift Cheetah!
Mic one up here.
Nah, just run it, just run it. Nah, just run it, just run it. Just run it, just run it. Just run it, just run it.
He's hurt.
Oh my god, what a clip.
I'm muted, my bad. We are heading into this game between Swift Cheetah and Austin Man. How are we feeling about this? Chat, do we have a poll going? Can you let me know? Cody, thank you for the follow. That's lovely. We love to see that. Okay, guys. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. I am curious to see how this will go. Yeah, Austin Man looks to be going with a heavy, with a Lewis gun. Swift Cheetah's going light, so the health pool is a little skewed here, switching to medium. Okay. And on Skyway Stadium, so range could be a factor here, so potentially maybe seeing a CB repeater, or he's light again, actually. Okay. He's fucking with me. Chat, I am nervous right now, I'm not gonna lie, so my heart's pounding. But it's okay, it's okay. Let's get into this game. Let's go, let's get into this game. All right, Swift Cheetah. Moving up to height here. Let's take a look at where our other teammate is. Austin Man is gonna be over here playing on the box. Looks like he did spawn a little closer to it. So, I mean, what can you do here? Swift Cheetah is gonna be making a move, throwing a gateway up top to get that height. Spots out Austin Man, doing some good damage. Throwing a glitch and it will connect. That's gonna deny that healing ball from giving him any support. Actually going in on this. There's a dome down, maybe a little prematurely, but he does go back downstairs now. just going to be hiding, just waiting for Swift Cheetah to make a move. He knows that he can just sit on that heal ball, and he can do all the damage to Swift Cheetah because he has all the health in the world here. Now Swift Cheetah just sitting on stairs, waiting to make a move. Does some damage, but taking a lot in the process. Now again, posted up on that heal ball with the RPG in hand. Taking some shots from the back. Pulls the mesh out, and this is dire situation. Gonna RPG himself, and that's Swift Cheetah. He's gonna be able to take this box and plug it first. Now I'm curious to see, chat, if we will see any spawn manipulating. It may be a little hard to do it with one person, but maybe even pushing them back to going a little further away from that box could be beneficial. But as you see, guys, this is head-to-head, by the way. So you spawn in a lot faster in head-to-head, and you can also switch your weapons. Some tech that we found out is if you do play heavy or medium, and it gets down to the last second on the box, you can switch to light if you die to get back faster. So that's one of the techs that we have discovered. But like we mentioned earlier, a very ranged map, and we see that coming to fruition, but Austin Man is going to be closing the distance here. Cheetah throwing that gate up potentially. Austin Man knows it's above him now, but will he take it? Doesn't wait for the regen, just says I'm going in. Sees its feet, takes some shots, gets out of there. Austin Man climbing up now. And Swift Cheetah is going to be falling back down below. He doesn't want to take this engagement yet. He wants to have the upper hand. He has the lowest amount of health, and he doesn't really need to push this. He just needs to defend. But now Austin Man coming out, and he is shooting the window. Okay, maybe going for a steal here, but it's just a bait. Cheetah pausing. Takes some damage there, but a very well-timed dome. About half the time is left on this box, and Cheetah just continues to stall here. Austin Man does not want to make a full commit because he knows that light is quick, and he can get in there at any given second to take some shots. But Swift Cheetah now down to 1.5 bars. He's going to have to exit this situation. Around 30 seconds left on the box. Can he have another stall here? It looks like he's going to be throwing a goo on him. Austin Man making a push here. Swift Cheetah with the gate above falls back down. We have about 15 seconds. Austin Man needs to make a move. The gas going out. That's going to be a problem. And Swift Cheetah can just wait this out. Austin Man less than half. And Swift Cheetah just going to come in and capture that kill. And the first box is going to go to Swift Cheetah. As you saw, he did a lot of stalling there. So that is something that you can do in these 1v1s, especially in this cash out format, because there's no one else. There's no one else in the lobby that you got to worry about. So as long as you can plug that box and defend, you are good to go. And both down to about the same percentage of damage. Swift Cheetah now down to half a bar. That's just trying to maybe get a tap on this, play his regen. He is going to see, maybe he doesn't spot Austin Man out. He knows he's below him. Does Austin Man know he's above him? Doesn't seem like it just yet, but some good shots going out from both players. No one going for the tap here, which is a little interesting. I guess Swift Cheetah could technically hold this out. Yo, chat, I should make it a rule. Please don't just like stall the box. I don't think that's what he's doing here, but like, don't be like throwing the box 1,000 meters away and stuff like that. Anyway, I digress. Back to the game. Swift Cheetah's half. Has to decide where he wants to make a move right now. In a very low, drawn-out fight. Austin Man does have the height advantage. Perched above on this tower with the RPG, but Swift Cheetah making a move. Does about half the health. Throwing the hero ball down to get some of that back. Swift Cheetah makes his way back up, throws a goo for some cover so he can close the gap. And not hitting any shots on his dash, he is down to 1 HP. Austin Man could make a move here, but it doesn't look like he's going to. He's just going to hold this height. And if you're Austin Man, you have about 6 minutes left. You need to get this plug, because if you want to win this match, you have to get another plug and win that one. So he needs to make a move here. Cheetah back up to height. And a potential RPG coming out. But not at the moment. Swift Cheetah is just stalling this box to the ends of the earth. About 5 minutes left. Putting some shots into that shield. And Swift Cheetah is going to win that fight finally against Austin Man. Is he gonna go for plug? Let me tell them. But like, should they have to plug or should they not be able to? What do you guys think? Because he could stall this for 5 more minutes. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know right now in chat. Let me know right now in chat what you think. Austin Man down the 1 bar. Or Swift Cheetah rather. And Austin Man has to get more aggressive here. I said no rules, so I should have said that before. I did mean to say that before. It's okay. It's the first tournament ever, guys. Relax. We're fine. We're fine. Austin Man gets tapped, so he could potentially get a plug here and change the pacing of this game altogether. He's throwing this box away from where it needs to go. Both exchanging some shots here. Now the box is far away, so if Swift Cheetah can swoop in and get a kill here. RPG missing from Austin Man. And making his way up here. He has to get more aggressive. He has to find a kill. It's looking like he's just not going to be able to do so. Swift Cheetah is too elusive. Swift Cheetah is too quick. He's just going to keep stalling him.
First gateway going out.
Come on, bro, plug. We gotta go. We gotta go. What are we doing? Why are we just standing still, bro? Play!
Click grenade out.
Great shots from Swift Cheetah. Great shots. Let's see if we can get a plug going here. Potentially we could get one going.
I've got the cash. Come on, team.
It's so far away, bro. It's so far away. It's so far away. Okay, I am going to tell the other people that we should plug the boxes type shit.
A million
Hey
ping
yo,
right now.
hey yo, from now on, I think we plug the boxes if we can do so. Like, don't try to stall it out because it is very
Bet.
We
boring
could have
to
a
watch.
we could stall it on everyone else except Austin Man, because he's on like a million ping.
Okay, but
And
it
this
is
is bullying.
it is very
It's like
boring
crazy.
very boring to watch. All right, just a heads up.
Okay.
Just tell Swift Cheetah.
All right, they have been notified, so potentially that is going to end. I mean, at the end of the day, Austin Man's got to get a kill here. He's got to also take the initiative to plug this box, and he's not being very aggressive in these fights, and he needs to be aggressive in these fights, and he needs to get these plugs, but at the moment he's just not doing it. Swift Cheetah potentially going for a plug here. Yes, David, no rules, but like also like a gentleman's agreement type of thing. It's okay, it's okay. We're keeping positive vibes here. We're keeping positive. Should have done build mode. This is not Fortnite. This is not Fortnite. I hate to break it to you, brother. Austin Man potentially going for a plug here. But is it possible for him to win? I don't think so. Austin Man is not going for the plug either, it seems. Swift Cheetah is down below. Austin Man gets a plug! Let's go! W's in the chat for Austin Man. That's what we love to see. Making things interesting here. Swift Cheetah taking some damage from the RPG. Austin Man moving in on him around 2 bar here. And Swift Cheetah just going to be running away. Austin Man just has to stall here. I mean, he doesn't win. Technically, theoretically, type genuinely, but, you know, technically he can say he tied it, you know? Swift Cheetah dropping in, taking about half of his damage. I need some more shots on Swift Cheetah. Oh, if he would have hit maybe just one of those, he could have gotten the kill. But he knows he's upstairs. He's going to be making the move in on him, getting very aggressive. Shots going out. Swift Cheetah now down to 1 bar, and he is going to get that kill, taking out Swift Cheetah for the first time. For the first time this whole game. So, yeah, so we see the capabilities of Austin Man here. Swift Cheetah, he gets one more good attack here. We're going to see if we can seal the deal using his gateway to get in a little closer. He's going to be perched above over this point. He doesn't have all the time in the world to steal, so he does need to make a move, get a kill here. Would probably be the best thing to do because I just don't think going for a steal is going to work. And Austin Man is just going to sit on this point, and he's going to get the kill on a Swift Cheetah. But ultimately, in the end, it is impactless. And our first winner of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be going to Swift Cheetah. Congratulations, Swift Cheetah. And that's very exciting here. So maybe we could drag Swift Cheetah in here for an interview. Hello, Swift Cheetah. How are we feeling? How are we feeling?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm feeling
That's
pretty
great.
good. Yeah. I never played against Austin, so yeah. But I want to go against someone that I know, and that'll feel good. But yeah, no, respect
did
Austin
Austin
though.
surprise you in his gameplay, or did you see any weaknesses anywhere?
Well, I think I guess just like in general, the aim movement, the utility usage, you know, I feel like he could
Okay.
use some work, but you know, like respect to him though, like he played well, he played his best. Nothing but respect for him though. Yeah, GG to Austin though. GG to Austin for sure.
Alrighty. Do you have anything you would like to say to the people? Also, if you guys don't know Swift Cheetah, check this guy out on YouTube. Check out his streams. He's like the Mr. Beast of the finals. He's crazy. Check this guy out. He's great. And thank you. I hope to see how you perform in the future. So congrats on your win.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
GG to Austin once again.
Alrighty.
And yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, you heard it from the man first. Swift trash. Okay, we got some shit talkers. Yikes, yikes. We got some shit talkers in the chat. Are the predictions ruling out? How we feeling? Is this going good so far? Did y'all enjoy the first match? We are going to get Helio in here for the second one. Helio joining? Is Helio joining? Helio? Okay, you're in here, bet. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Our second matchup of the day. The Sword God. The Canadian God. Helio!
Got a wet, black tents, black cars, posted in the back.
Well, he killed me with the tracking dart. Oh my god, I gotta leave. I gotta leave. He killed me with the tracking dart. No.
Okay, shorty, I can't trust no bitch, how you do that?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna break shit, don't sweat the shit, I run it back.
No way.
Bitch, I run it back.
Our sword god is taking on the young blood, the fresh meat, the aimer, the glass pad aimer, Seb!
Okay.
Alrighty, but we are going to be switching over to this tournament here. And they are very close to one another. Helio, we see him on the sword already. And Seb, you see that aim coming to play, already putting a lot of damage onto Helio. So we have two completely different play styles here. We have a sword player who's going to need to be getting very close range, and Seb, a long range player, and that aim looking good. He takes Helio out very swiftly. And that's going to be Seb moving on, taking this box to plug it at A. I didn't think Helio would be using the sword on an open map like this, but it looks like he's going to be. And now we see Helio spawning back in before the plug comes out. Sword in hand and a tracking dart, so maybe, just maybe here, he gets a tracking dart kill. Going for the steal already. Seb is above. Helio's going off of that. The gateway is going to be coming out. He takes that and he's not going to engage. Sneaks back. Seb is going to have to reload. This is the first time I think he's had to deal with Helio's movement. Helio is very slimy, the way that he moves, but taking good shots from Seb, and Seb is frying right now. Drops another kill. Oh, he got a little emote going, a little tease on the emote. This matchup is very rough for Sword. I am not going to lie. But Helio is back, and he has plenty of time to steal this box. Helio can do so by getting beamed out. He cannot, dude, Seb has the aim, so he cannot be this close, getting this close, and Seb is going to be playing this rooftop. He has to find a way to close the distance. Gateway getting glitched here, so Helio's gateway goes away, and just beamed out instantly again by Seb. Very fast kill, so maybe potentially we have to see the next box going to a more indoor location, because this is a very good location for Seb to play this. And Helio still on that sword. Still, again, getting beamed out on the top of this roof. The box coming in, glitch going out, does not hit Helio. And Seb just sitting above. Sees the gateway going out, takes lots of damage, and he's gonna take down Seb, but does he have enough time to steal? It's going to be very close. Helio coming in last second. Helio gets the steal! Oh my god! The last second steal! Seb putting in a lot of work, but in the end, it is not enough, and he's pissed. Chat, Seb is pissed. What are you gonna do? Helio, this guy is insane with sword. That's all we're gonna say. Helio coming in last second and getting the steal. Guys, this is not a first round matchup. This is not a semifinal matchup. This is a grand final matchup that we are seeing first round. This is absolutely ridiculous. And now Seb, again, just playing that range, putting some shots on Helio, and Helio backing out. Helio needs to get into a closer range area. Or like I said, so realistically, in these matches, Helio's two options are to cover distance as fast as possible and get closer, or play them in an indoor area, because as you see, at this range, Helio can do absolutely nothing, and Seb can just beam far distance. Just putting in some shots here. Looks like Helio may get a plug, and Seb is very far behind. Throwing gateways to get there a little faster. Helio having some trouble with his dashes. I thought this guy played light. But he's gonna get the plug. And Seb is right below him. Does Helio know how close Seb is? Playing underneath these windows. Let's see if Seb opts to go for one. And does he know that Helio is waiting right below? Let's see if he's ready. Opting to take a different route. Maybe something tipped him off. Going to stall to see Helio. Steal here, but Helio is just going to stay above. He's going to keep this height. He does not want to take these engagements right now. He has all the time in the world to defend, but he's spotted out by 7 down to 2 bar and being pushed. But he's going to escape away. And Seb is going to be pushing this aggressively, but now he's indoors against Helio, which is not ideal. This is a very good cash box spot for Helio. Helio going to the roof now. Seb going for the steal! And instantly vaporized. You cannot get close to Helio. That is a lunge and a melee, and you are dead on light. So maybe Seb here, what does Seb do? Maybe Seb switches. He's gonna stay on light. I'm surprised no one has opted to switch classes yet. But Seb, getting eliminated this early on is not ideal, man. It's not ideal. He has to lock in here. He has to get this box. Now he knows Helio's position. Switches out for those. He does have the nullifier, so he could potentially go for a steal and nullify. But getting some shots, switching to the M11. He doesn't have much time left. And damage going into both people. Helio is now 1 bar. Is Seb gonna be able to find this kill? It looks like not yet, and there's just absolutely no time. There's just no time. Seb cannot do it. Seb could not pull out the win in the end. Ladies and gentlemen, this win is going to go to Helio. Man, and Seb was a potential winner of this entire tournament, chat. Seb was a potential winner of this entire tournament. Wow. That just goes to show that anything can happen in the Boolin League, ladies and gentlemen. That was great. That was a great matchup. What do you guys think? Did you guys think that was gonna happen there? I'm surprised on the long range map like that. The sword came in clutch for Helio. Man, oh man. In chat, I did forget to mention earlier. So you see Austin Man in here. Austin Man was originally not supposed to be in the tournament. The man in charge was supposed to be in the tournament. However, he could not make it. But because of his absence, he decided to donate $67 to the prize pool. So tonight's winner will be awarded with $67. Okay. Anyway, maybe let's see what Helio has to say about this matchup. Helio, my friend.
Yo, what's good?
How are we feeling? That Seb was a very good opponent. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was looking rough in the beginning. I was scared of the ARN matchup because he has like excess amounts of ammo and good aim. But we pulled through in the end. I knew after that first box that I needed the plug, and I got the plug, and then just played stall, and we got it. We got the bag.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations. How do you feel going on into your match against Swift Cheetah? How do you think that'll go?
Probably gonna be a little scarier. Just because Swift Cheetah's probably gonna be doing a little bit more like troll strats. Not gonna give me any chances, especially after seeing what happened to Seb there. So gonna have to maybe change up the play style a little bit. We'll figure it out.
Alrighty, man. Well, I'm super excited to see you play in the rest of the tournament. So congratulations, and hopefully we'll be speaking soon.
Hell yeah, thank you, bro.
Alrighty, bro. Have a good one. Congratulations.
Bye.
Let's go! Wanted to see Seb walk out again. We are going to be getting Assassin David, ladies and gentlemen, and Epiphany in here. very momentarily.
Plug
Yo,
to,
yo,
Oh my
David,
God,
Yo,
dude.
David.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's
David and
loading.
Epiphany. Okay, okay. Alrighty.
Yo, is this guy still on
Oh.
chess?
On chess, but he's logging onto the game.
Alright.
Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. So Chad, going into these next matchups, Assassin David, like I said, this is a pretty good matchup because Assassin David is not the most meta player and Epiphany is not the most meta player. So I am curious to see if they will adapt to a more meta loadout or if they will opt to go with something different. I don't know if Epiphany potentially may be running something like dagger, something like throwing knives, something to throw somebody off. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't know. Assassin David, if I had to assume, I think Assassin David would be running M60 heavy, and Epiphany potentially on dagger. But again, I'm curious to see what happens here and how this match goes. Do we have any predictions in chat for Epiphany versus Assassin David? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Assassin David does not have an intro, so RIP Assassin David on the intro. But Assassin David's opponent, the goofball, the W chess player, my best friend that I met in Sweden, Epiphany!
I want you just the way you are. Just the way you are. Way you are. And it goes.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what's happening.
No, look at the windows.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into this matchup right now between Assassin David and Epiphany. Epiphany, I'm curious to see what he is going to be running in this tournament. It's going to be very interesting. And ladies and gentlemen, we, my friends, are on Monaco. We are on Monaco, my friends. And it's great. Curious to see what we'll be running. And we have Assassin David on that heavy, and we have Epiphany on light. That is an insane chat, David. That is crazy. Anyways, and here it is. Grapple throwing knives on Epiphany. How we feeling? How we feeling in regards to how Epiphany will be playing here? Epiphany is lagging. That is insane. Let's go! Yo, type in chat who you got your parlay on. We have David on the spear and goo gun. Spear, goo gun, RPG, lock bolt, and a pyro mine. While we have Epiphany on sledgehammer, winch claw, C4 RPG, and he's standing still. And he is standing still. Okay, he's back. He is back. All right, let's see how this engagement goes. Lockbolt missing on Epiphany.
Thank you.
Oh my God, we got gifted subs by Dobo. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
I should have muted this emote. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to mute this. Okay, I think it's done. Thank you for the gifted subs, WAO Dobo. We're getting this a missed winch from Epiphany. And David is just gonna run with this box. He takes half damage from the RPG, and he's just gooing off Epiphany, who is just swinging this wildly. He gets a winch on David, gets the right click in, and gets 2 right clicks, which is going to vaporize. And there it is. Epiphany has the prize pool written on his back. That's how bad he wants it. That's how bad he wants it, guys. And not going to go to the box that's 30 meters away, but rather going to the one that's 100. Excuse me, chat. And is going to the one that's 90 meters away. David is so trash. We can't be talking like that. This is family-friendly community. David has been in my chat since day 1. This guy's a goat. Put some respect on David's name. Anyway, here we go. Epiphany having some trouble here opening this window. And this box is going to be getting plugged. And he's going to be playing inside, so we have a very close range melee battle here. And David is going to be walking up these stairs with not the RPG, the red barrel in hand. And we have Epiphany just waiting over here, playing that stall, C4 underneath. And it's going to take a little bit of David's health. He's going to back off at this point. And Epiphany is just waiting underneath because he can just stall that box all day. As soon as he goes for the steal, he can instantly break the floor beneath and drop that box. And David here, going to be going above, but he's not going to be above. And David just needs to turn around. He's going to get wedged through the window. And Epiphany beating the brakes off of David here. David has one more chance, spawning in here in 5 seconds to come back and steal this box. My grandfather drives faster than these guys move. That's okay. I just tried to take a sip of my water. And the cap was on it. David is back! Playing very close. Going underneath. Potentially seeing a stank. Flank! I can't speak right now. I genuinely have no idea what's going on. And David is just running around, putting some mines down. Maybe going for a steal here. But that box is going to be dropped. And Epiphany is just going to go for a stall here. He's going to get some damage on the David. But missing again. And there's not a lot of time on this box. David needs to do the damage now. If I were David, I would switch to the M60. On this map, that is just your best option here. I don't think challenging the sledge with the spear, especially with the winch, is a great idea. I don't think he's going to win these engagements. David has to do a lot more damage over a lot more time, and David he needs to switch to a gun here. Legitimately needs to switch to a gun, and that's just my opinion. I don't see these fights going in David's favor with the spear. But now he's just going to be running these rooftops, going to this next box. And Epiphany trailing behind here. Things are not looking the brightest for David, but they are looking very bright for Epiphany, who's now up 1 box and just needs to win 1 more to take this home. Moving in, dropping on Assassin David here. Misses his winch. Potentially a lockbolt going out from David here, but it seems not. He's going to try and goo him in place, and he's going to get 1 on him. Now moving in to try and get some stabs, but he's going to miss 1. Epiphany just running away. RPG's the box. The box doesn't have a gun. He's going to get lockboarded by David and RPG'd, so lots of damage on Epiphany. And that's going to be a kill for David. His first one this matchup. And if he can get a plug here, he could be potentially in a very good position. So, what are we thinking here? I'm seeing a lot, and he's gonna set himself on fire. I'm seeing a lot of rooting for David, which I agree with. W David. An Epiphany above. Does David know? Getting lockboarded by Epiphany. But he's trying to figure out what his buttons are. All he does is play chess, guys. Good damage. A right click and a left click. That's gonna take out David. So now it's flipped, and Epiphany will get the plug on this box. And it looks like he's gonna be going to C here in that church. A very good close range area. David's still on the spear, bro. David, what are we doing, man? David, put a gun on him, dude. You guys can switch. It's an head-to-head, you can switch. The prize pool for first place is $67, Skelly. Donated by the man in charge. And David going with a spin attack. Not getting any damage out here. But now we see Epiphany getting gooed off. He is lockboarded, but he's not using it to his advantage. Doing some damage on the rising star. RPG missing wildly over his head. And David is now down to 2 bar. If he can get one hit, misses the winch. More goo coming out. And the rising star moving back. Very close, but no cigar. And Epiphany continues to steal this box. So David has one chance, potentially two, depending on how fast he dies, to come and get this box. But guys, it's rough. He needs to try a different gun. But he's sticking on spear. Chat, he needs to try a different gun, man. I don't know. That's just me though. Not even for content, bro. Like, he could be doing, like, you gotta think about it, like, you can't play against this sledgehammer at a close range. So why don't you try to beam them from a long range, you know? And David going up, wasting a lot of time here. He doesn't have much time to steal, about 30 seconds. And he's just searching this place for Epiphany, who is just sitting above with that sledgehammer. Spots a pixel of Assassin David. Epiphany winching the box. I think he was trying to winch the player, but David is going to have to try and make his way up now to get this kill. And taking half of his HP from that sledgehammer. David going back down, RPGing himself with now 1 bar of HP. There is just absolutely no way. And ladies and gentlemen, our winner of round 3 is going to be Epiphany. Well, that was a very good match. That was a very good match, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and drag in Epiphany here and see what he has to say about this matchup.
Oh, yo, what's good?
Epiphany, how are we feeling after that win?
Lou, you there?
Hello, yes, can you hear me? Oh, I'm muted. Hello, Epiphany, how are we feeling after that win?
Louis Boolin! How you doing?
Good, man. You seem very excited. That was a really good matchup.
Dude, that was the goofiest match I've played in my entire life. At the end there, where I was just like running around him.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think, and I was telling chat this, I think he should have switched to a gun that had some range, like maybe a gun. I didn't think that it was the smartest idea running that spear, man. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I thought it was definitely interesting to see the spear. I'm not gonna lie, I did not get to do my strategy because my shaders and my game hadn't loaded until like 5 seconds left to choose my class, so I kind of just picked the first thing that came to mind.
Okay. Well, man, congratulations on the win. Very exciting stuff, and I'm excited to see you move on. You will either be playing Lion or Executive. How do you feel about Lion or Executive?
They're dead. They're dead. They're cooked. They don't know there's no army with me. I mean, they do that know, but like they don't know.
Okay, brother. All right, well, congratulations on the win, and I wish you luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, Twizzy.
Yes, thank you. Yo, executive.
Yeah.
You're up, gang.
I
Sent you code. Alright, chat, now we have a very interesting matchup on our hands. Our next matchup is between two of my past teammates, one of my current teammates. We have, on one side of the bracket, ladies and gentlemen, a goofball, a player for Vanguard Gaming, an esports team, professional esports team. In Tier 1 goofball, we have Executive!
And I did. Did you vote? Did you? I did. Feel love with the life I did. Belly side by side, that look like my children. But pay me how you will pay me like a villain. I can't be waiting no time on nobody, little bitch. I can't give you a minute. That was change over. That bitch put that. Ooh, someone got dangerous, baby.
And Executive's opponent, the medium, the wilderness, the alpha omega, the lion!
Burn the Erd tree to the ground and incinerate all that divides and distinguishes. Ah, may chaos take the world. May chaos take the world.
I am not gonna lie, chat. Lion is locked into some other shit. Bro is on some other shit. So, Lion wants to win this shit. That's all I gotta say. But this is gonna be a very good matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe one to rival Helio and Seb. But let's see what happens here. Executive versus 90 Lion. And I forgot to change the maps again, but it's okay. We will remember to do it in the future. Drinking his coffee. Executive is going to get kills, and Executive is going to troll. So we're going to see a lot of potential trolling here. But anyways, this is going to be a good match. 9XT Lion getting that plug, playing a little bit of distance while Executive plays this far behind. And Executive should be getting a little bit of distance, so he can use that. Well, I guess not. I wonder if Executive knows. I don't know if Executive knows what gun Lion has yet, but he does not spot him out just yet. Who's he gonna heal? Yeah, I don't know why Lion has heal beam. And taking some beams from Executive, the box is going to be dropped in the middle of them. So Lion now playing on this doorway. Is Executive going to try to take this fight close? He is having some trouble. He is okay. He's now in. And Lion's going to be pushing outside. Executive taking a gateway up to the roof. He sees this gateway. Does he want to take it? Is it risky enough? He sees him drop down. He's going to take his gateway, but he is behind him, and a battle of the gateway is going out. Executive taking some shots on the Lion, but they are not hitting. Lion hits one shot, but it's not going to be enough. And Executive is going to take the first fight. I'm going to need another water, but it's okay. They are right here. We came prepared, ladies and gentlemen. But who's our money on? Lion is a very skilled player. He has the good aim. I'd say his aim would probably be a little better than Executive's. But Executive has more knowledge of the game, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it. A little bit more experience in the game. And he's gonna be playing up top. Potentially going for a plug on A here. Just dropping this box, maybe not. Maybe he's gonna take a fight here. Executive. Where'd he throw this gateway to? I don't see a Lion is gonna be playing inside, switching to the heavy. Our first person to switch is gonna be running Mesh and Shaq 50. So a dome going on in this box and a heel ball going for the steal, but going to be getting glitched out by Executive. It doesn't hit, and Lion is gonna be aggroing this fight. Going back to the box, potentially going for another steal, and a very good red barrel. Executive is going to ape this fight, as he knows Lion is half HP, and he gets the kill. And Executive keeping this first box, and he's excited. He's excited. So Lion did switch to the heavy. He has a higher health pool, but Executive has that movement. He has that speed, but he made good use of the environment. He made a really good use of the red barrel there, and that is very exciting, guys. Yo, Trip, thank you for the gifted subs. I did not see that. That is insane. Thank you so much, bro. Shout out Trip. Shout out Trip. And Lion moving in, throwing a dome here out on the box, but now going to be moving away from this as Executive is above him. Gateway in hand, he's going to be putting some shots, and Lion very low, and putting all of the hurt onto Lion. Well, the thing is, we see Executive is always low at the end of these fights, but at the end of the day, he is 150 HP, Lion is 350, so Executive is putting in more damage than Executive is here. Monaco is very interesting. I would like to see some closer range maps. I would like to see some Sis Horizon, some Nozomi Citadel, and Lion has one more chance potentially. Maybe a winch could suit him a little more. Very good damage, and he's just gonna out of nowhere, Executive was not ready, takes an insane RPG, and Lion last second is gonna get the first box. Executive seemed to let his guard down for 1 second, and instantly Executive was dead. Executive does spot out Lion. He's coming in fast. He's taking this fight. Doing a lot of damage, but to no avail. Lion takes this fight, and a very good job. A very good job from Lion here. Switching to the heavy was smart. I'm curious to see if Executive will stick on light now that he wants this. It looks like he will. He's sticking with that M11. Lion getting some height here, so very smart here, using that mesh very well. We're gonna see Lion putting some shots onto Executive. Can Executive escape? He can, and the box now is in control of Lion. Very low here. Executive is just gonna try and play his regen. I guess not. He's gonna take this fight, and he's gonna win it. He said, "The hell with my regen. I don't need it. I don't miss." And he is now gonna be able to get this plug, but he needs to be fast. Lion is spawning very soon. See, these are the differences between light and heavy. You might get the advantage of having the higher health pool, but you have faster movement on light, so you can get those plugs faster, you can get back to the box faster, and you can potentially have more just ways of being able to play the game. Sorry, someone joined, I was not ready. Now we see 9XT Lion moving in on this point. Executive is playing above with that stall. That's a nice stall going out, so that's Lion's dome shield gone. Another stall which does not connect. Baits him with the gateway, throws an item through and sees Executive. Good shots from Lion, and he's gonna be able to steal this box. So now potentially we have one or two more chances for Executive to get back and actually have a chance at stealing this box. Spawning back in 1 second here. And we are going to see where Executive spawns. Not that far away, about 60 meters. So he's going to have a good chance to have a good fight, a good paced fight on Lion, who he sees going up. But does he know where he's hiding? Does he want to take this engagement inside with that mesh shield? We're going to see, and some shots going out. from Executive onto Executive, taking a lot of damage, throwing that red barrel. And Lion above on this point. Executive is going to get his regen. Not a lot of time to steal this box. He needs to make a move soon. And he's stealing from a good spot here. Can Lion get a good RPG? The RPG is going to miss. And good shots going on to Lion, who throws the dome down to cover himself from some shots. Playing back, doing some damage, and the beams coming out from Executive, who's going to get the kill on Lion and take it to our first ever 1-1 game. And it is anybody's game here, ladies and gentlemen. What are our thoughts? What are our thoughts? This is a very interesting matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. I am just biting my fingernails at what is happening right now, and it is so great. A lot of very crazy first game matchups here, and Lion is just going to be playing over here on these boxes. He knows there are 4 minutes left. He got the first box. It is Executive's job to run this box and plug it. And that is exactly what is going to be happening here, as Lion is just going to be waiting over here on D while he waits for Executive to come plug. And now everyone still on the same loadout. Executive has not changed. Lion is sticking true to his heavy swap. Making a lot of noise here. Looks like he will be going towards B. Is Lion going to be able to get some shots in time? And he will. Executive is going to be rather low, but throwing a gate back to the box so he can just go hide. And it all comes down to this. This final 2 minutes. Executive and Lion. Lion is on the box above, going for a steal, and a good glitch coming out. That's going to get rid of his dome shield. But Lion has now recovered from that glitch. The Executive will be moving up these stairs. Invis seeing if he can get some shots off first. Invis going away, and some good shots going onto Lion. Only doing about 4 bars of damage. So Lion's going to take this gateway again, and he's just going to absolutely shred Lion. And it is not looking good. It is looking very good for Executive here. Lion has one more chance to make it to this box and get a steal and get a fight. He has a lot of time to make it back, and he's going to spawn in a very good position as well. Running down the alleyway, and Executive is just going to throw a gate on the box. He's going to play his life. He's not going to take any unnecessary engagements. And he's just going to listen and wait and try to prowl on Lion, who is going for a steal, whose dome gets glitched, and great shots from Executive. All headshots, and Lion is going to have to take this box. He has to make a move 30 seconds. RPG does not connect. Still very low. Executive is going to ape this fight. Lion only has 3 bars of health, and he goes down. And ladies and gentlemen, that is just the end of the game. Executive is going to take this win. Executive takes the win, and we're having a great time. Let's pull Executive in here. Let's get some of his thoughts.
Oh my god, bro.
Executive, how are we feeling?
Dude, I am fucking, my heart is pumping. I am stressed. That was quite the fight, man.
Well, congratulations, man. Are you how you feeling going into this match against Epiphany?
Dude, I think the tallest hurdle has already been overcome.
Okay.
I think Epiphany is a content creator.
Okay.
And so he's a little silly gimmick guy, and I can deal with silly little gimmicks.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your win, man. I'm excited to see you in the rest of this tournament, and congratulations.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, run it back. What do we want to run it back? And that concludes our quarterfinals. We are now moving on to a best of one semifinal. Moving on to a best of one semifinal. We already saw their intros, so we will save them until the end. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for me to introduce our first ever special guest of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get this game started, please welcome creator of the Luck League. Well, that's who it is, Luck. Luck, how are we doing? Are you excited? Are you ready to go to help cast here?
Yes, sir. Yo, I've been watching a little bit of the games up till now. I've seen some good games. I just watched the Lion and Vanguard game. So yo, I'm hyped, bro.
Absolutely. And who are you most excited for to see in this match between Swift Cheetah and Helio? Who do you think is going to take this dub, man?
You know, I am a big rooter for the underdogs, and you know, Swift Cheetah is a pretty big name, you know, in the finals community. So I automatically like to lean towards the underdog. So I got Helio.
All right, well, that's great to hear, man. That's a very strong pick. But we're going to go ahead and get started on this first game between Helio and Swift Cheetah. And guys, if you don't know, Luck currently runs the Luck League and Luck Tournaments and the Luck Cups in collaboration with PHL. So if you are watching and you want to get involved in stuff like this, get involved in competitive finals, shout out Luck. Join the Luck League, join the Discord. And it's great.
Yes,
We're having a great time.
I think the Luck Leads and Boolin Leads taking over for 2026.
Okay. I forgot to pick a map again, dude. But anyway, we will do it for the next one. Alrighty, man. Let's go. Helio going with the sniper this time. Opting to not go with the sword. And what do we have Swift Cheetah on? M11. M11 versus Sniper. So Helio is going to have to play very long distance here. Maybe not rely on those close range, kinda no scopes. That might not be the best deal here. But yeah, what are your thoughts on these two weapons and what you think is going to happen between these two?
It's interesting because one, Helio can basically exclusively play far ranges, and Swift can go, goodness, immediately.
Yeah, as you're saying,
yeah.
Playing the long range, and that's exactly what he does right there. And he gets that kill.
Yes, sir. And I think I feel like that's how it's gonna go, especially on a map like Monaco. There's just way too, with the church and everything, there's just way too much high ground on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Swift Cheetah switching to the bow. So this is a different pick. This can maybe help him a little more. You're looking at like the same amount of damage on both of these weapons, but one is a lot more longer range than the other, that's for sure. And Helio moving up to this roof here with the sniper and backing off. Swift Cheetah with the bow in hand, just perched above. No one has taken this box yet. This is a stalemate here.
Looks like both there are just looking for each other right now.
Let me turn you up a little bit. Okay, you're turned up all the way now. And another headshot from Helio. Just, he's doing it big right now, and he's gonna go for this plug. Helio is looking good right now. Swift Cheetah, maybe he could pull a bit of a lion here and maybe switch to heavy. He's not going to, he's sticking to that bow. And we're seeing around the same loadouts on each. One has a gateway and one has the glitch. So if you can get a glitch, you can deny that invis, with Helio just perched above with the diamond sniper. And Swift Cheetah is just gonna sit below, maybe inching up on this box, thinking that Helio is maybe playing close range, but he's not.
That's a good glitch to get rid of the gate.
Very good glitch, and Helio is waiting. Very good area for Helio to be sitting on that door, missing a shot.
Oh, he's gonna be hard for him to contest this now.
He could potentially get a flip here. Helio now going to be moving up on this box. Swift Cheetah does good damage on Helio down the one bar. And he has to maybe prevent the steal here. And those quick scope shots are just not working in his favor right now. But both are healed up back to full. So still going out. Can he hit a shot here? He's gonna miss. And Cheetah gets the flip. And the kill and a little teabag, a little taunting on the Helio. Man, this match is already living up to the hype. We have these very strong, just you hit a good shot, it's a one shot, it's over. And Helio, he has about 30 seconds to make a play and make a steal here. Swift Cheetah very close, already doing a lot of damage on the Helio. Swift Cheetah is blocked out now and throwing another goo. So Swift Cheetah cannot get back in the building right now. And he has no way to get a shot on Helio, but Helio will get the steal. And Helio gets the snipe and the kill to take out Swift Cheetah and steal that box last second. I'm seeing a lot of back and forth here. So do you think that these two players are just the same skill level and they're both using these sort of one-shot weapons?
I feel like this isn't Swift Cheetah's like forte. Okay. It looks like Swift Cheetah is kind of just switching on the bow to adapt to the sniper, but it looks like Helio is way more comfortable on his weapon.
Okay, yeah, I think I would agree with that. I would say Helio does have a lot of experience on sniper. It's one of its main weapons outside of sword. So, and he likes movement. But unfortunately at this time it's not going to work in his favor. Swift Cheetah is going to get the kill and he is going to get the tap on this box. It is Chinese New Year in the finals. You guys have seen. So very interesting stuff there. Helio moving up to height now. Maybe trying to get a bit of an area, a point of view above this box. And Swift Cheetah is just sitting on the box. Which does not make sense because Helio does have to steal this. But Swift Cheetah camping on this box. Will he be able to get a kill here? He misses Helio through the gateway. Helio gets the plug on the box, which is going to force Swift Cheetah to make a play. And he's just moving out of here. Helio moving back up to height, trying to prevent that flip. No shots hitting right now. Swift Cheetah moving out of the way.
Honestly, if I'm Helio right there, I may just want to wait for time. There's only 6 minutes left. I don't have to like run and get that box.
That is absolutely true, but his shot's going out. Swift Cheetah hits the first one and the second one. So Swift Cheetah is going to get the flip. And now Helio has one more shot, potentially two, to get a steal on this box. Or it will be all tied up heading into the final box. And Helio spawning down low here. Swift Cheetah maybe trying to get an early spot on Helio, but he won't. Not spotted out yet. Swift Cheetah spots Helio. And now Helio knows he's on the roof from throwing that goo. But he does go back underneath. About 1 minute left on this box. Helio moving down beneath, misses a shot. And Swift Cheetah throwing a gateway above. Will he take it? Yes, he will. And another missed shot. Swift Cheetah just holding this bow. Not a lot of time left. Helio has to make a play here pretty soon. And more shots being missed. And a steal going out from Helio. He is completely gooed in. He gets glitched, cannot dash. Misses a shot on the Swift Cheetah, going for the steal. Swift Cheetah moving in above him. This is his chance. He's gonna get the kill. Helio was trying to stick the box, but it's just not gonna work in his favor. And it's all tied up 1-1 in this game. What are your thoughts so far? Do you think Helio stays on the sniper, or do you think he's... Oh, we have our answer.
He stayed. I think that Helio is a much better skill shot weapon user than Sweet Cheetah for sure. I think Cheetah's a better the finals player in terms of just IQ and understanding of the game.
Okay.
So he's been able to adapt really well from the first box till now. There's already a huge difference in the way he's playing.
About 4 minutes in the time here, and he's just playing this far away. There is 4 minutes left, so technically doesn't have to plug the box. Looking to find 1 pixel of Swift Cheetah to get a pick here, but Helio now moving in, taking that.
I know if you're Swift, if you're Helio right here, actually, do you even want to play for box at all, or do you just kind of want to let the timer go down?
There is sort of a gentleman's agreement that that you should plug the box to make it more fun, make it more interesting. But I mean, honestly, if there's a minute left, that's just trying to win, you know what I mean? And Helio with a nice shot onto Swift Cheetah, who's gonna have to play his regen and just wait, because he doesn't want to. You want to have the box, and Helio moving in. Both of them exchanging shots but missing. Swift Cheetah running this box below. Helio is above him, trying to do some damage with the box, but he won't. Swift Cheetah is going to get that bow kill. He's going to be going for the plug. So I mean, in Helio, I mean, he beat Seb, and Seb is arguably a better aimer than Swift Cheetah. And he beat him on sword, so seeing him switch the sniper here is a little interesting. I thought maybe he would just give the sword a try, but some good shots ringing out here on top of this crane. Swift Cheetah hitting a nice shot. And there's just... This is a great matchup. This is, like I said, 2 very skilled players on some skill shoddy weapons here. So whoever gets this pick, does the initial damage, has a great advantage. Shots missed again. Swift Cheetah's going back up to height, and both exchanging shots, both at the same HP. Swift Cheetah, his shots connect, and Helio has 1 more shot. 1 minute left between moving on to the grand final or being eliminated here and now.
Absolutely nasty bow shots.
It's unfortunate. I'm always on the wrong player whenever they get a kill. Some shots going out. Helio is already low, so I'm curious to see what he does here. His regen coming back, trying to go for a steal here. Not a whole lot of time. He needs to get a kill, and he needs to do it now. But playing on Crane, Swift Cheetah, Helio tucking himself down in here. Going for a steal soon, but it's not gonna happen! And Swift Cheetah is going to be going to the grand final. Oh my god, did anyone expect this to happen?
Yeah, I think it was super impressive from Swift Cheetah to play a weapon he wasn't planning on playing at all. Absolutely, against a weapon Helio is extremely confident with, and still taking that win is very impressive.
Now I'm surprised to see that, because I don't see Swift Cheetah on that bow all too much, you know what I mean? So to see him on that bow and for him to perform, you know, it's very good to see. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Swift Cheetah pulls out in the grand final. But our next matchup is going to be Executive and Epiphany. Did you watch our executive and our games with Epiphany and executive? What are your thoughts on them, and who do you think is more favored in this matchup as we move on?
Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to watch the Epiphany game, but I was watching the executive game.
Okay.
And what I can say just from watching that game is it's going to be tough for Epiphany because executive played really well. He was playing heavy, which is, I'm not sure if that's his main class, but that's a very strong class in 1v1.
Right, right.
Just for engagements and util and stuff. So if he sticks to the heavy, it could be a really scary game for Epiphany.
Yeah, absolutely. And Epiphany comes out with very different strategies. Like I said, we saw him on the Sledgehammer with the Winch Claw. Very different compared to what Executive might be running, which is something more meta because he is a comp player. So he could be on CP, he could be on heavy M60. We honestly have no idea, and it's going to be a great matchup.
Yes, sir. And just circling back to that game against Helio, you were speaking a little bit about his sword. Do you think it would have been the play?
Oh my. Left the call on accident. My fault, my fault.
Oh, you're good.
What were you saying?
Do you think at some point in that game Helio should have switched back to sword, or you think Sniper was the play the whole game?
I definitely think Sniper was the play for Helio, but getting into those later rounds, if you see that you're getting killed that fast, maybe against the bow, maybe you switch to something like heavy. I know Helio is very good with goo gun heavy, so again, that could have been an option for him if he wanted to do so, but we just didn't see him switch off to that. But it is time, and this time we are going to spin the wheel since I keep forgetting. And we're going to see what map we get here. It is going to be Las Vegas. So very interesting map. Let's go. How do you think Las Vegas is going to go between these two players here?
Vegas is an interesting map. It's a very close range map, so it's good to see in a 1v1 because we're going to see a lot more fights, I feel like. I also am looking for maybe some shotguns or something just because it is Vegas. It would be nice to see some different weapons.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very interesting matchup because while I think at the end of the day, Executive does edge out, or sorry, that's a weird thing to say, but Executive edges Epiphany in skill, okay? But Epiphany coming out with these different strategies could throw Executive off, you know, because you might not be expecting to get winched and sledgehammered, you know, so I'm excited to see what Epiphany decides to go with here.
Definitely, and I think especially for the higher skilled players, it's really different for them going from their meta loadouts into these like 1v1 kind of catered loadouts, because
Yes,
a lot of the meta toolkit just doesn't translate to the 1v1s that well.
Yeah, I absolutely get what you're saying, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what they decide to run, but we are now moving in to our second semi-final game between Epiphany and Executive. We see Executive. This is very different. Gas grenade, dagger, and grapple. And we see Epiphany on dagger and grapple. How are we feeling about that?
So you said grapple both ways?
Yeah, they are both on grapple dagger right now. How are we feeling about that?
I think this is going to be very interesting. I mean, no dash or invis is very surprising. It's going to be a lot of grapple to backstabs, I feel like.
Right, absolutely, yes. But Epiphany taking the first kill onto Executive, and he's going to be able to get this plug. So a very interesting semi-final matchup in Executive. They're both staying on dagger here, so this is very interesting to see. Turn our x-rays on here. I think they're on. There we go. And Executive now grappling up to height. Does he know? An Epiphany just cuddling himself in this little area here, taking damage from that gas. which is very, see these very different plays. Executive throwing that gas. Epiphany, he can't go back through. He's gonna try. Can he get the backstab? But he's gonna get left clicked by Executive, and it's all over for Epiphany on this second fight. What are our thoughts on these weapons here that we're seeing coming out from these two? Are you surprised to be seeing 2 daggers?
Very. I think, kudos to Executive, because I didn't think he was gonna like be too off meta, like melee or anything. I thought he was gonna stay more meta, but for him to like play dagger too is very interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And moving in here through this gas, Epiphany taking some damage from Executive yet again. And they're going to be moving in here very close to one another, having a bit of a standoff. Epiphany tries to get behind him, but takes half of his damage instead. And Epiphany is going to get the backstab and the steal onto Executive. So all it takes is one, and Executive does not have a whole lot of time to make this steal here. He has to get to the box very shortly, or this is going to be over. This first box is going to be over, and he doesn't have a lot of time. I mean, there's really nothing you can do in this situation. You have to go for a steal, and just like Spider-Man, Epiphany coming in with a super easy kill onto Executive. This is going to be a very interesting grand final if we see Epiphany, who, in my opinion, I honestly, I did not expect him to get out of the first round. All this guy does is play chess, but we see him getting on the finals and just being a menace. Do you think that chess is potentially helping him out, making decisions in the finals? Is chess tech for the finals?
I don't know. Maybe all that IQ is translating.
It might. Spends a lot of time using his brain. Now just running in on Epiphany. He steals the box. Epiphany chasing behind. Opens that door. Taking damage from the box. And Epiphany, there's nothing he can do here. He's gonna have to run away. Oh,
And again,
missing a backstab. Oh. And Epiphany getting the kills on Executive. Do you think Executive switches it up here? Do you think he decides, I don't know, what would be the best? A flamethrower could potentially take out Epiphany if he misses that backstab, but they're both sticking to dagger. Do they know that they can switch? I think so. They should know.
I mean, it's like you said, honestly, it's one backstab. That's really it. Like one backstab can win you the fight. So I think Executive may be thinking that, as long as he just gets one backstab, even if he's losing the fight, that can be it.
Right, absolutely. And Epiphany moving in while Executive tries to steal, but a bit of a standoff again. And who's gonna get this kill first? They're both swinging. Executive gets the kill onto Epiphany. And now Epiphany has to be on the attack, or this match is going to be tied. My OBS says it's not responding, so that is not ideal. Everything is still working, but I can't click on anything. But I digress. Giving up his position now to Epiphany, who knows he's above. But Executive has a gate on that box. And Epiphany sneaking in ever so slowly through this box here. Epiphany going for the flip. Can Executive get there in time? He will get the damage onto Epiphany, but they are both low. And Executive going for the steal again. Epiphany can't play his regen, but he's not going to get there in time. Executive does the damage first. And this second box, ladies and gentlemen, is going to go to Executive. Very wild to see. Very wild stuff here. And
I like to see the fighting.
Yes, I'm glad that they're fighting. I'm glad that they're getting their fights in. They're not being too laid back. Britain Simulator. Okay. and just no time to steal here. Epiphany maybe going for a kill for aura points here, but he's not gonna get it. Executive gets that kill, and it's all tied up. And it's anyone's game going into match point. And Executive just
Question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you think, because we've been watching you've been watching them for a little bit, I feel like half the time, like I see a lot of players stalling the box, but like half the time when players are stealing, there is no way for you to get there. So I feel like a lot of players are pulling out too early. Like if you just stick it, I feel like a lot of the time if you stick it, you'll get it more times than you won't in a one-on-one.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it does depend on the time, and both of them swinging, Executive getting that kill. I guess it does depend on the time. I mean, if you know that if you get the steal and there's just going to be no time left for your enemy to steal, it could be smart to stick it out. Maybe you die, but you get the box at the end of the day. So yeah, you might be right. Maybe they're playing a little too reserved, and they just need to take these fights. But I don't know, but it's all tied up. Executive has the box. He has control. And he's moving up here, throwing a gate, he is going to be able to get up with it. But now Executive on this height, throwing a glitch down, it doesn't hit. And both of them with daggers in hand. Epiphany on the height. Executive can just play this, he can just wait, he doesn't need to attack. He can be very calm. But he's going in, but he's gonna be just exposing himself in the open. And Epiphany gets the first kill, and he's gonna be able to flip the box. So, it's just very rough here for Executive. He has one more chance to come in and get this box. Will Executive be able to attack and be able to get the steal, or will Epiphany hold it out with 1 minute left and move on to our grand final? We found out here live in the Boolin League, Executive moving in. Does a little bit of damage with the red barrel. Knows Epiphany is on height. He's taking this fight. Nullified by Epiphany, but maybe a little too early. Executive going for a steal, for a stall. And Epiphany does it. Is he ready? And out of nowhere, out of his sight line, Epiphany takes this kill, and he is going to be moving on to our grand final. What are we feeling right now? I mean, there's always a chance for Executive, but there's just no way. If he can get a kill, and there's just no way. And Epiphany is going to clean it up. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to restart my stream. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Luck, my man, how are we feeling about this grand final? How are we feeling?
I mean, I'm very excited. It's two melee players predominantly. We got a dagger player, and then we got a sword player. So it's gonna be a lot of fights, a lot of rushing. I like seeing the grapple out of both players in the last game. I think it meant for some good plays, some good backstabs. It was used really well at the end to kind of swoop in the window and get that last kill.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was very surprised to see Executive on the dagger. You know, that is not a weapon that he runs that much. So to see him on that dagger made me very curious, but it ended up not working out. So maybe he should have switched it up. Who knows? But yes. Luck, I appreciate you so much for casting the semifinal with me. It's been an honor. Like I said, guys, if you're a competitive player and want to play competitively, That is a link in chat to Lux Discord. Lux, do you have any words before I set you free?
No, just good luck to the final competitors. I hope to see some good games, and thank you so much for having me, and we'll be back.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, and you have a great day, my man. Shout
Yes,
out
sir.
Luck.
You too.
Alrighty, and that is Luck. Moving on. Should we get Epiphany in here for an interview? Epiphany, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? You made it to the grand final of the first ever Boolin League tournament. I mean, how are you feeling right now?
I don't even know how I'm here. I'm not gonna cap.
I honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Me neither. But regardless, you are here.
I made it. I'm definitely. I definitely didn't convince Executive to run Dagger Grapple against me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Alrighty, man. Well, I'm excited. Get warmed up. Get ready. We're gonna start this in about a minute here. We're gonna get this started, and I appreciate it. Good luck, man.
All right.
Hi, chat. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for our grand final of the Boolin League. The man that no one thought could make it to the end, the goofball, the chess player, we have Epiphany!
I want you just the way you are. Just the way you are. Way you are. And it goes.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what's happening.
And his challenger, the Mr. Beast of the finals, the master tactician, the one who does the tournaments and knows them best, Swift Cheetah!
Like one up here. Nah, just run it, just run it. Nah, just run it, just run it. Just run it, just run it. Just run it, just run it.
He's hurt. Oh my god, what a clip.
And ladies and gentlemen, before we get this started, I am excited to introduce the man that is going to be helping me cast the grand final best of 3. You all know him. You all love him. Welcome, Young. Young, my man. How are we doing?
Well, Mr. Boolin. Lewis Boolin. Pleasure to be here, Pookie. How we looking today?
We're looking great. Have you been watching the games? I'm very surprised with who won some of these games. I was not expecting some of them.
It's been a lot of things that I was not expecting in ones, just to be fair. I think when we look at things like, Battle for Breakpoint, when they went to their 1v1s, things we saw a lot of heavy, a lot of winch, a lot of SA-12. Bring out sniper, bow, a lot of different things in this one. Wasn't quite what I expected, but hey, I'm here for it.
Absolutely, I'm here for it too. And the map we are going to be going to first in this best of 3 is going to be Fangway. How do we feel about Fangway? And what do you think that they should be playing here on this map in this 1v1?
New maps are always interesting, right? You take the time to learn it, figure out, hey, what weapons works best at which ranges on the map. Fangway's a good mix of kind of everything. So I think both these players, we saw them on the bow, especially Swift Cheetah taking the dub against the sniper. I think you can really play a little bit of everything. It really depends on which box you're going to be playing, though. Some are very open. Some are a little more claustrophobic in some of these, urban areas, the apartment area as well. A lot of walls and things that'll separate you. So Do we see some Sledge come out? Do we see the SA-12? The bow, Swift Cheetah in chat saying he's going to run the bow once again.
Ooh, okay.
A lot that can happen here, Louis.
Yes, I was very surprised actually to see Swift Cheetah on the bow, but he's making it work. He's making it work, so you can't blame him. But we are going to go ahead and get into this match here between Swift Cheetah and our boy Epiphany. What are your thoughts? What is your prediction going into this game? Who do you think is going to take this one for the W?
You know, I think it's hard to count out Swift Cheetah. I think Epiphany in his run is really honorable, to say the least. I think there's some strong competition here, Louis.
Right,
I think, Swift Cheetah is no slouch. Again, man's got the aim, man's got the gunning. So we'll see if he can put that into practice on Fangwei. But Louis, you've seen all these matches. What do you think? What are we expecting out of these two competitors in the arena?
I was not expecting to make it to the grand final for Epiphany, I'm not gonna lie. But he got very good games, he played very well, and he made it to the grand final. He showed why he deserved to be here. But Swift Cheetah, we know why he deserves to be here. He's smart, he knows the game in and out, thousands of hours. He's just an all-around great player here. And I don't know, I really think this could go either way. Epiphany plays a lot of chess, so he could be 2 steps ahead of him. We don't know.
We'll have to wait and see. Again, we'll have to wait and see which boxes we also get, which catch-out locations are going to be spawning in. Now, we do have one on the farther kind of forest area out by the water. We have one here at the dojo location. Box number 1. Look at these classes as well, Louis. We've got the bow. Swift Cheetah was not lying. And we got double bow. Grapple bow, dash bow. I think, I've been wrong. I think one bow will win.
Oh, it's Swift Cheetah initially just coming out, getting a quick kill. He's going to tap that box. And he's going to be able to just sit up and perch up and wait for Epiphany. Now, I think Epiphany needs to be wary of how good Swift Cheetah's aim really is. And how he's going to have to take these engagements because of that.
Yeah, but we do see him getting a little bit aggressive. Swift Cheetah just looking for the reposition, want to play off the spawns. I think we're going to see a couple just practice shots here coming out. Here comes the jump, though. Bow shots ringing out. Epiphany not going to connect. Swift Cheetah not going to connect. About the headshot from Epiphany. He's going to take him down with a great position as well. Go ahead and plug A. Now, both these lights here, just looking at the loadouts, nullifier in hand for Epiphany. He's going to try and get a couple little angles with the goo. This one's a little tricky to hold, especially as one, but look at the spawn, Louis, so close.
Very close. Swift Cheetah might have a chance to take height on Epiphany here. He's going to see him, but now Epiphany knows his location, and he's going to take the height instead. But it doesn't look like he knows where the shot came from. And Swift Cheetah in from behind hits those shots and takes Epiphany down. It's just back and forth. Swift Cheetah's gonna get this flip. And now it's all up to Epiphany to make a move here.
Yeah, and some to note too, and you've probably pointed this out throughout the event, head-to-head, the spawns are a bit quicker, so he's already back up the same spawn, Louis. Here comes Epiphany.
And he's not moving.
Maybe in a second.
Okay. Maybe he was turning on his ESP. But that's okay. We're gonna look the other way.
Any little advantage in this, but look at the push. I'm sure Cheetah hears this. Is gonna see right away. Good shot by Epiphany. Gonna take Cheetah down to 1 bar there. Surely this means death. It does. Epiphany gets the trade, but we've seen this before, Louis. Back and forth. This box proving to be a tricky one to hold. Now, if Epiphany can go ahead and take the move, maybe he's the spawn block in time. I'm not sure if we're gonna see it. Gotta wait and see where the spawn happens. He will, but that spawn is still dang close.
He has plenty of time here to push up and make a move on Epiphany, who it looks like is just going to be hiding in a corner, playing for his life, while Swift Cheetah searches around for him, throws glitches, tries to tag him, tries to find his general location, but opting to throw a goo and maybe go for the steal. And there might not be any area for Epiphany to get in, but he's going to hop off of it.
I heard the footsteps there. Yeah, this null is going to be big.
Swift Cheetah has no time.
I don't think there's anything left. But again, hey, we've seen this before too. Regardless of what happens with box number 1, it's about how you finish, not how you start. So Swift Cheetah, we know this man can come back, but Epiphany, great little play there. Again, Nullifier in ones, don't see it too often, you know, just in regular cash out, regular threes, you know, final round that often. Gonna go and just play with this little scrapper there for a bit. But again, a great start by Epiphany, and I think this might be the momentum they need. But the chase coming out, great shot there from Swift Cheetah. Can he get the finisher? Not quite going to. These apartment buildings are tricky. So many little rooms to hide in. There's so many little rooms for the light to escape. But here comes the shots back. Swift Cheetah with the jukes, and he's just gonna play with his food. It does not matter. Hopefully the spawn will be a little bit more in their favor. Maybe that's the big brain play. Die early, get the better spawn.
All of these, you mentioned all of these windows and places to hide, but they both just opt to fight out in the open in the middle of the street. So, you know, whatever floats their boat, however they want to take the fights. And again, there's the prize pool for today's tournament on the back of Epiphany.
Oh, I thought you meant the $25,000 cash box. Like, oh my gosh, it's so much. Thank you, Louis, for supplying all that. Is crazy. But the box in control of Epiphany here. Again, that grapple game there pretty quick. But Swift Cheetah, gotta see where he's holding up. He does have a good angle though. Gonna go ahead and try and stop Epiphany in their track. Shots ringing out. Gonna connect onto one with Epiphany. One more shot will do it. He will take them down. Box still not plugged yet. Again, these spawns are pretty quick. And again, Light's able to get there fairly fast to the cash out. So we got to see, if anything, you know, position-wise, we're going to see them holding the top of these kind of pagoda-esque structures, you know, however people are calling them nowadays. But again, here comes the plug. Louis, guess how they're going to hold.
Yeah, and now he has the option to set up and get a little bit of a distance and a good fortification against Epiphany. And he's going to be playing height. Epiphany not getting up to the top of the roof, but coming to the second and taking a shot from a Swift Cheetah who is very close.
Oh, Epiphany.
And he's missing some shots. Epiphany. Oh, and a little bit of taunting.
Oh, a body shot.
Like to see? Is that what we like to see? Is this the
brewing
of a rivalry?
Just let him know, you know, I think the bow v bow is a tricky one. You know, I wish my bow did that, for one. But again, it's a crazy little hold.
They're like, what we saw was in this tournament a lot of off-meta players versus a lot of meta players, and in the end, the off-meta players made it to the grand final. And now moving in on Swift Cheetah.
Oh no!
Inside the building, he just face checks Swift Cheetah, and it's not going to work out. So he has one more chance to come back to this box, or this is going to be Swift Cheetah tying it up, bringing it to match point here on Fangway City.
Yeah, a good good little goo setup for Swift Cheetah, just trying to cut off all the angles as much as possible. And again, that light class, unless you're running the breach charge, you find a red barrel. There's not a lot of breaching power that you have. And it looks like Epiphany just
standing still. Standing still. It just seems maybe having some maybe perhaps some internet issues on Epiphany's side.
You know what? Maybe the lag will make him stronger, but one last push. Can he actually make it in?
And I'm not sure what's happening here. He is lagging pretty bad.
Yeah, you know what? We'll see if the lag will make him stronger. Yeah, let's just
up a box. He is still up a box, so the game is not over. But he seems to be back now, putting some shots on the Swift Cheetah. Only if he would have done that when he wasn't lagging. That I mean, is he good? How is what's going on here?
Yeah, just put on a little show to the people. I think just let them know. Just you know, a little lag switch, no big deal. No, I think that is an unfortunate second box. Just gonna wait and get a little confirmation. Epiphany, you know, we can tell Epiphany. Don't worry about it. We can tell.
Confirmation that he is lagging like crazy. So that's not ideal. But a good shot. Okay, now he's backwards. So this is not, okay, there's no enemy over there, so...
Well, Louis, let's talk about this for a sec, right? Let's talk about the pros and cons of what we've been seeing. Okay, well, we're going to pause for a sec.
We can go to a pause here. Yeah, we can go to a pause here, and, yeah, how are we feeling?
Let's talk about this for a second, right? Pros and cons. We've seen both players playing some pretty good finals. Unfortunately, rough second box for some pretty obvious reasons. As you can tell, Epiphany lagging out. But this is a best of 3. It is not the end of the world, so that's great for us. What are we thinking with this next one, right? If Epiphany and his internet issues sorted out, had a great first box, great defense, great shots there. Again, Fongwei, great for the grapple. A lot of places you can sneak into, but against Swift Cheetah, wonder if he's got a little lag switch under his belt. Probably not. Lying, chat. Lying.
Probably not.
Is there?
We hope not.
Is there anything that you think we could see different from these players? Granted, there's only been one box. We had a bit of a laggy second box.
All right, he
so
said he's
might
going
be
to
tough
end
call.
stream and see if that helps him with his lag. So maybe we can get back into this game once he gives me the confirmation that he is good. Okay, he said, okay, try now. So we're going to get back into this game. Apologies, everyone, for the delay. But game is starting back up. Epiphany unfortunately had to end his stream, but it looks like he's moving now. Problem may be solved.
All part of the master plan to go ahead and get a little bit of advantage on the third box, but here comes the fight. You know what?
It might not have worked. It might not have helped at all.
I think the problem might be he's playing from inside the McDonald's. I think that might be one of the bigger issues.
Think... Well, what do we normally do in these situations here? You know, do we? I mean, the game must go on. Epiphany, unfortunately, having some lag issues.
Well, Louis, let's bring up the rule book, the big Louis Boolin book of rules. Is there anything that constitutes what happens when we have a laggy player?
So funny you bring that up because there are no rules for this 1v1 tournament here. So, but maybe he's back.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Grapple coming in real close there. Epiphany, Swift Cheetah's trading shots, but Swift Cheetah gets the kill there. Okay, Epiphany signs of life. He is a little bit back, gentlemen.
He seems to be back, putting up a good fight against Swift Cheetah, but Swift Cheetah ultimately winning that fight in the end, and now he has control.
Yeah, maybe this was just a little bit of the reset that he needed. It seems like things are working. Can he keep the same momentum and hopefully not lag the heck out? But Swift Cheetah, look at the position. Holding in that room, not a lot that he has to do here. Not a lot of angles for Epiphany to push. That gas can give away his position, but Louis, going forward, we can see what happens here.
Yes, and moving in close, Epiphany. They're in opposite rooms right now. Both holding out that bow. Epiphany just running right past Swift Cheetah. He's gonna throw a goo in his face, and now he's gonna be right on top of him. And that's gonna be the end for Epiphany. He has one more chance, or Swift Cheetah is taking map 1. Now, do you think that we potentially go a different gun here for the next map, or do you think the bow is what you would be sticking with in this situation?
Honestly, if it were me, I'm pulling out the heavy, right? I think heavy's so strong in 1v1s especially, right? Even if you get glitched, but I say that, great shot on the Swift Cheetah. This could be the opening that Epiphany needs. Look up right above you. He's gonna go and dip, dive, and duck and dash out of cover. Another shot not gonna connect. Swift Cheetah is on the run, buying time for himself with this box. Epiphany, this is your time to play in. You have the shot. He has to go. He has the nullifier. One shot will do it. Not gonna be enough. And Swift Cheetah up 1-0 in this best of 3, Louis. What a finish. And
box. Wow.
A rough second box for Epiphany. Bro, I can barely play. We totally understand. We saw that with box number 2, but Louis, exciting way to end map number 1, all things considered.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to see what map we get next, which we're going to spin for right now. And it looks like we are going to get Seoul as our next map. So what do you think the strategy going into Seoul is? Do you stay on that bow, or do you play something that's a little bit more ranged that you can, you know, get those long shots with?
Seoul, definitely one of the more long-range maps, especially if we're playing under construction, if we're doing standard, right? That might change a little bit. So depending on the variant, could change up a couple things. But Seoul, again, historically long range. So if these guys are sticking on the light, do we see the sniper come out? Do we see the ARN? Do we see, you know, the bow stay in action? Really depends on what they're leaning towards. But it does seem like they're more comfortable, at least Swift Cheetah rocking the bow. I don't expect him to change much. Epiphany, especially with the lag. You're gonna have to wait and see if he plays around that, if the bow's gonna be enough, or does he run something like the Matter, right? Change to the dash, run the Matter, run the arm, the M11, get up close and personal. Really just gonna depend on what they want to run.
Alrighty, and you know, these are just great matches all together. And again, like, we're gonna move on to this map on Seoul, as it seems like Epiphany may be all good to go. And yeah, I'm excited. This honestly, this could go either way. This could go Epiphany's way, this could go Swift Cheetah's way. But I'm excited to see if we get any switches and loadouts. Because it doesn't look like at the moment, not many people have been switching. Really, the only person I've seen switch today has been Lion. He switched from a light to a heavy, and it did seem to help him a little bit. But I mean, in the end, he fell as well. So very interesting games we have today. Totally unexpected games. I was not ready for pretty much all of these results. And we had a lot of very strong early on games.
Well, this is what you get at the Boolin League and stuff you never really know about. But Louis, what would you be playing? All right, let's go into the mind of Louis Boolin for just a second. If you were in this event, what would you be running?
So if I was on Seoul, and let's just assume that I'm good on every single weapon, right? I would either be going for a light ARN, so I can get those long range beams, or perhaps something like a BFR on heavy, that I can get those long range, good chunks of damage taken off before we even ever get close.
Yeah, but we say that shots are in contact. 15 switch you to trading blows with the bow. That's a lot of bars right there, but the heal does come back up again. Only 7 seconds for the light regen. Look behind you, Epiphany. Swift Cheetah is there. Again, more shots. Just seeing who can get the connection first. Again, that bow into dash into melee could be a great finisher there, but the shots, Epiphany caught mantling, and that is kill number 1 for Swift Cheetah. A great start, but again, these spawns are very quick, Louis. They'll get back in time, and no hospital box. That's pretty much the best thing Epiphany could ask for.
Absolutely, and I think Epiphany's mistake right now is he's taking a lot of these fights with no knowledge. He's doing a lot of rushing in. He's not really trying to look to see where Swift Cheetah is maybe hiding or sitting before making a move. He just seems to be kind of rushing in, going balls to the wall, trying to get that kill as early as possible. And
okay, big grapple.
Play. Ooh, misses a shot initially, but Swift Cheetah going back down to the floor, both exchanging shots, none of them hitting so far, using that zip as a tool.
Somebody hit something. There we go.
There we go. Swift Cheetah's gonna get that hit onto Epiphany.
Yeah, I just watching that one back on my side too. Yeah, I think I think feeling each other out. Listen, sometimes the closest shots are the hardest ones to hit. You know, I think we suffer from that. But look at the spawn Epiphany. Just such a great spawn there on the gods that can go ahead and drop in. I love that both these guys are out for blood with the bow. Again, just gonna see a repeat pretty much of that first fight. A shot will connect onto Epiphany there. Swift Cheetah in control here. Gonna go ahead and get the plug. Gonna have to wait and see where the spawn comes out for Epiphany once again.
Yeah, Swift Cheetah overall just looking like the stronger competitor. He's making a lot of the smarter plays. He's hitting his shots. Epiphany really needs to step up his game. I see he's going to be going very aggressive onto Swift Cheetah.
Oh!
But Swift Cheetah just 180 hitting this headshot onto Epiphany. And at this point, you know, I think this is where you make your switch. This is where you switch to a different class. You try to get something else working, but no, they are stuck. They love their bow. They love their grapple.
Good reposition from Swift Cheetah. Yeah, the reposition from Swift Cheetah as well does not want to stay up on that high ground, change up a bit. Look at the angle there. That is not great for Epiphany.
Yes,
that is just a clean, crisp kill for Swift Cheetah. Again, just no cover to play around. This is a tough one.
Yes.
You get on top of this billboard area, especially if you don't really have a great place to go and cover those shots for you. So Swift Cheetah, not a lot of urgency to move, Louis.
Yes, no, and he has another chance for this box. So, you know, doing the same strategy but going back down. And Swift Cheetah's going to keep that height, throwing some goo to shield himself from Epiphany, who is zipping up, trying to make a play. Missing
the
some
shots.
of his bow shots. He still has time to steal, but he needs to get a kill. Swift Cheetah hops back down below, and that's going to allow Epiphany to now switch and get the height on Swift Cheetah. And he spots
They
him
know
out.
he's there.
Not a lot of
Yeah.
time.
Gate just gonna get him out of there, get out of dodge, but is it enough to secure them their position on this billboard? Not a lot of time in this box. If something's gonna happen, it has to be now. Grapple back up and look behind you, buddy. He has moved positions once again. Nullifier gonna miss, and box number 1 going to Swift Cheetah. One more box to take the entire event. Louis, we need Epiphany to lock in, my friend.
Yes, he needs to do the locking of the inn. He needs to channel his inner chess and be 2 steps ahead of Swift Cheetah. But there he goes. Maybe that kill was the push he needed. But as he gets that kill, Swift Cheetah 1 box away from being the first ever winner of the Boolin League 1v1 tournament, the premier. It's a $67 grand prize. Does Swift
That's a
Cheetah
lot,
get
though.
nervous here?
Now, that's a lot of money. That's some day-changing money right there.
Yes.
That's moolah, but look at the spawn. Swift Cheetah in control of this game. Not in control of the box just yet, but again, shots. Just seeing if one can connect. Just playing with their food for a little while. But even if you get this plug, right, the spawns are so fast. Great shot by Epiphany. Can he get one more? Goo gonna protect them. Here comes the grapple. Not gonna connect. The gate's gonna get Swift Cheetah out of cover, but with more cover. So here comes the chase again. This is just, they're throwing elbows. One more will do it. It's not enough from Epiphany. Swift Cheetah will get the kill. But again, box ain't even plugged. There's still plenty of time. But looking at these boxes.
Yeah, it's plenty of
look at
time
these
for
boxes. We have
Epiphany to make it back before Swift Cheetah even ever gets this plug. So not
yeah, we
a
have
lot of
apps
time.
and we have mall, but the apartment building gonna go ahead and just plug up right there. Epiphany looking for a way in. He's gonna go and drop into the stairwell here. Cheetah, we've seen him a lot of the times just kind of hunker down below the point. Did Epiphany see him? Does he? He sees his little head there. Not gonna connect. One more shot gonna ring out. Again, these head glitch angles are so tough. Glitch comes out, not gonna connect, but the headshot from Swift Cheetah will take down Epiphany. This is a great start. He should be expecting now. Yeah, expect where the spawns are going to be, right? He came from the west. He's going to spawn there once again. So I think prepping and getting ready for that. Great goo to block off all these angles, right? And even if you have to shoot the goo, that's more intel for Swift Cheetah where these spawns are coming from.
Epiphany zipping up in the back of the site here. Going to be moving up, taking a different approach. Maybe trying to just push that box, which is gooed off.
Oh!
But the grapple saving him here, and he sees that gateway.
Look at the gate.
He does not have a glitch to block that gateway. And Swift Cheetah is going to throw a glitch through, which is not going to hit Epiphany. Epiphany taking this gate, getting hit by a red barrel, and Swift Cheetah is on the prowl with a nice shot. He is now 1 push away, 1 minute away from being the 1v1 grand champion.
Yeah, I think even if you're Epiphany there, right, you can kind of angle the goo a bit to even block off that gateway. So even if they take it, they really got to try and clamber and force a way back to the point. But one last push, Epiphany. This is do or die. Tournament life on the line. He has to get a way in. Not going to happen, but that's Cheetah.
Oh.
Yeah, look, oh, he squeezes in.
Very close. Epiphany with 1 shot, and Swift Cheetah is going to get that final kill. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Beast of the finals, winning that grand prize, Young Swift Cheetah, our winner. What are our thoughts? Was that expected?
You know, I don't want to use the word expected because there's so many competitors in here. We know Swift. Sorry, I am losing my words. I'm so my marbles. I lost them. Swift Cheetah is such a gamer. We've seen him kind of sweep through this tournament again on the bow of all things. Some that we're not so used to seeing in ones. Used to seeing a lot of SA-12, a lot of heavy, a lot of winch. But again, great showing. They're 9-1. I think that's kind of the stat line to look at, Louis.
That is very good performance, and we are going to get Swift Cheetah in here to get his thoughts. Swift Cheetah, congratulations on being the first ever Boolin League tournament winner. How does it feel?
Yo, it feels pretty good. I want to thank you, Louis Boolin, for inviting me and giving me such an opportunity. and I want to thank all the contestants that played today. You know, they played very well, and yeah.
Well, thank
But,
you, man.
You know, I'm just the best, of course.
He's the best.
Well, let's.
I'm just the best.
I want to ask about that Fongway map. So when you brought out the lag switch onto Epiphany, what was your thought going into that?
The lag switch. What is the lag switch?
Whenever you
Never mind.
EMP'd Epiphany's house to make him lag a little
Yeah,
bit
when
so
you
could win.
when you turned off
Oh.
Epiphany's internet, what was your thought process going into that?
Dude, yeah, no, that was actually very calculated, you know. Of course, I was the one that did that, and yeah, I just needed to win this really badly, so I'd take his internet out,
You
and
know-
I won because of that.
Totally understand that if you didn't win, you didn't get to eat tonight, but 67
Yes.
big smackaroos going right to
67
that bank
smackers.
account.
Hey, let's
What are
go.
you gonna do with all of this money? What's the first thing that you're gonna buy, Cheetah, with the $67?
Probably just invest it, you know, or just put
Smart
it back in
man.
the channel.
Smart
I
man.
could probably use, yeah, probably that.
That's great.
Um,
Any stocks on the come up that you're looking out for? Perhaps investing in Embark?
Nope. I don't know, probably like NASDAQ or something. I don't even know.
Okay.
Something like that.
I'm buying Louis coin, baby. That's going to the moon.
It's going to the moon. It's
Yeah.
going to the moon. But anyway, thank you, Swift Cheetah. Congratulations on winning the 1v1 tournament. I hope to see you back in here and defend your title, man. I hope to see you back.
All right. Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you, Louis.
Yes, thank you.
You know, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Young, and yeah, thank you to all the contestants, and thank you to all my supporters. If you know me on YouTube, I want
Absolutely.
to say thank you. Thank you for all the support. I really love you guys, and yeah, thank you so much.
Alrighty, man. Congratulations. All right, Young. Well, that concludes our show. You know, it was
What a day.
what a day. It was
What a day of matches. Again,
Yes.
didn't really know what to expect coming into this, but we quickly kind of discovered that a lot of contestants leaning towards that light, these kind of more pokey, high impact weapons, all of the bow, the sniper, really coming out and doing a lot of work here. But again, I think because you're not really finding a lot of heavies, there's a lot of wiggle room in there. But Louis, any big surprises that you saw today? Anything that you want to talk about as we're wrapping up the first ever Boolin League 1v1 tournament?
Well, I just want to say it goes to show you that you don't necessarily have to, you know, use what's meta and use what is currently being picked the most. You just saw someone win and beat very good players with a bow. So, you know, it's very interesting to see that a lot of these meta players got knocked out early, and a lot of these non-meta players, you know, they made it to the end and they won. And I just want to say it was a great turnout, a great time for the first ever Boolin League tournament, and I'm excited to do more in the future. Hopefully we get Young back in the future for some bigger tournaments, some bigger teams in here.
You know where to find me, Louis. This was such a treat. You know, even if I only got to cast the grand finals, I think it was a banger
Sir.
nonetheless. Absolute heartbreak for
Absolutely.
Epiphany in that
Yes.
second box, though. I think, you know, granted, if the lag wasn't so bad, if Swift Cheetah didn't EMP his house, there was a bit of a chance he could swap things up. But I think even on Soul, you know, I'm not sure what the ping was like, but I think Epiphany, just that, you know, the 9-1 scoreline on the side of Swift Cheetah, it's very telling of what kind of gamer they are. But Louis, thank you again, man. So
Yes,
happy to
thank
be
you.
here. Always happy to jump on the mic and start yapping.
Alrighty, I know how much you love yapping, and I wish you luck in your future. W Young in the chat, and thank you so much for showing up and showing out with me. I appreciate it
Thank
a
you,
lot, man.
gamers.
Yes, thank you.
It's always
Young.
a pleasure.
Thank you, Young. Have a good night. And thank you, chat. Thank you, chat, for showing up to the first ever Boolin tournament. It was a great time. And again, we want to do this in the future. Shout out Young, shout out Luck. And if you guys want to join tournaments like this, I will leave the link very quickly in my chat here. This is my Discord. But shout out to all of the participants. Shout out to everyone that showed up. Shout out to you guys. And we're going to do a lot more of these because this is very fun. And, you know, yeah. But anyways, we are going to end here. We are going to raid the Scrim Zone because I believe they are putting on some tournaments tonight. So get in there. Go say what's up to the Scrim Zone. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the first ever 2026 Louis Boolin League 1v1 tournament, Swift Cheetah!
Lights one up here.
Nah, just run it, just run it. Nah, just run it, just run it. Just run it, just run it. Just run it, just run it.
He's hurt. Oh my god, what a clip.